Hi everyone, it's Gary Nicholson here with the Mountain Weather Information Service. This is your planning outlook updated on Thursday evening, the 17th of October. Now, heading into this weekend, there's low pressure generally in charge, but there's some winners and losers from that situation, as the low is quite a slow moving feature. There will be some heavy downpours around, but also some dry conditions for many hours as well. Temperatures on the chilly side, and that will be a theme even into early next week. There's rarely any genuinely mild air in the mix. Things may be just briefly becoming quieter, but it's a complicated outlook as we go further ahead. Now, I say chilly, but it'll feel much more like winter across many of the higher mountains throughout this weekend. This chart shows you temperature. This is at 850 millibars, a familiar chart that we use here, and it corresponds at the moment to around 1,300 metres, give or take 4,000 feet or a bit, through this weekend. And temperatures at that level showing as around -1 across north and northwestern Scotland. So you're looking at a freezing level around 1,100, 1,200 metres or so, I would suggest, at this time. And this is through Saturday and onwards into Sunday, as the wind is generally out of the north to northeast. And in fact, as you go through Sunday, those temperatures may well drop even further. And that chilly air mass will very much stay in place even into the start of next week. Let's have a look at the charts then for the next few days. Quick look at Friday first of all. Shows the big zone of low pressure across the British Isles, a real tangle of fronts wrapped around it. Showers, heavy bursts of rain, some hail, rumble of thunder mixed in at times, most frequent across Wales, a few bursts running across into the lakes and Pennines, maybe a bit of a window in the morning of drier weather, but showers becoming increasingly widespread through the afternoon. Now, Scotland is a bit of a different story with very light winds here. There will be a few showers around, and chiefly around that front toward the far north, where it might well be frequent over a few hours, but you get towards central and western parts of the Highlands, you may well find you escape broadly dry much of the day with a good amount of sunshine. So those local variations in evidence. It'll be a similar picture into Saturday, and getting absolute detail even at this stage is going to be tricky. The low tending to pull further eastwards as we go into Saturday, turning that wind flow even more northeasterly across Scotland by this stage, tending to strengthen, but still, I suppose, for many places, mostly light winds. The far north may just see that strengthening coming in, and where showers do occur, course, it will be gusty at times as well. Now, those once again will feed in off the North Sea, and I think the Cairngorm region is most in the firing line, if anywhere, across the Highlands for these, very well scattered the further west and southwest you go across the Highlands. England and Wales is going to be a real mess. Some places will see mostly dry conditions, but I suspect a good scattering of showers will be around. And again, some of these on the heavy side and with not much wind will move around slowly. Any of these showers then could produce some hail, an isolated rumble of thunder not to be ruled out. Across the Scottish high tops, there'll be a bit of snow mixed in as well. Again, precise detail is uncertain into Sunday, but generally low pressure is pulling eastwards, and it's that northeasterly wind that will stay in charge, and that could well strengthen. I wouldn't be surprised even to see it towards gale force, based on most of the charts through Sunday across the Scottish Highlands, and with that northeasterly direction, once again, it's the Cairngorm region and across Sutherland, the far north, which will be seeing most in the way of showers being dragged in off the North Sea. They could be very frequent. They will again have some hail and some snow above, say, 900, 1,000 metres, perhaps even temporarily falling to some lower levels, but in the valleys and the glens it will likely all be rain or hail. Once again, toward the southwestern part of the Highlands, you'll be in for mainly dry conditions, just one or two scattered showers maybe getting into the Lochaber region, but further southwest very few. And a scattering of showers again has got to be expected across England and Wales. Just depends exactly on the centre of the low and where any residual fronts have got to. Wind speeds across England and Wales, a bit tricky at this stage. I'd expect there to be some blustery conditions around. Just keep an eye on your forecast. Anywhere you're exposed to that strong wind, though, there will be a severe wind chill factor. Now, moving into Monday, things do look as though they quieten down a little bit as that low finally runs out of steam and just fills towards the east. A ridge of high pressure builds from the west. It doesn't do much for the temperatures, though. It's not really importing any great change of air. With light winds and clear skies overnight, widespread, perhaps hard frost is likely for many places for Monday morning, but leading into a dry and bright day. Some maybe early mist and fog patches, they will clear, and some sunshine should be around widely. One or two residual showers perhaps across England and Wales, but even these should well fade away. We're starting to see the wind flow turning back toward the Atlantic though, and I think with time, more by Monday night, that southwesterly will start to encroach into Scotland. Tuesday could still be a dry day for most places. That southwesterly wind, though, strengthening further across much of the Scottish Highlands. It may be enough to produce some low cloud, spits and spots of rain, some sleet or wet snow, highest tops across the west and northwest Highlands, but amounting to very little, and I think further east, largely dry and bright. And for most of England and Wales as well, in for a dry day. Just need to watch some banks of low cloud and fog. Some of that in the valleys first thing on Tuesday morning, with a touch of frost possible again. So this is more or less the story of the larger scale chart through into the middle of the week, and it all becomes quite complicated, it must be said. I won't go too far ahead with this because based on many of the charts we're seeing, there's not really a straight answer to things in the later part of the week. Yes, that southwesterly is around in the early stages. Low pressure is somewhere toward the northwest of us. There's also a zone of low pressure over Spain and Portugal at this stage, which adds some complications, just everything moving around slowly. What seems possible is that as fairly slack low pressure drifts eastwards towards Scandinavia, it draws down once again a chillier air mass from the north, which likely in the second half of the week pulls temperatures and freezing levels back down again. A tangle of fronts may well be in play, and there'll be some showers, some rain around perhaps, but all becoming quite a messy, slack story, and there's not that much confidence exactly where things go. So I won't try and go too far further ahead. I think beyond midweek is really open to question at this stage between many of the forecasting charts. One or two may be suggesting higher pressure wins out, and we hang on to fairly settled conditions into the final stages of the month, but that's not clear-cut at this stage. So I think I'll update you with the latest over the weekend. We'll have a video for you on Sunday afternoon. In the meantime, though, keep up to date with your local forecast, updated every single day on our website. You can follow us on all the social media feeds as well. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.